Hello and welcome to another Jet Vlog. We're going to continue our discussion now of clothing, and who knows, this one might actually go three. It's obviously a big important topic. So let's talk about, we've talked about shoes, we've talked about, if you're a guy, a suit. If you're a woman, um, I recommend bringing a dress suit as well. You'll need it, again, for some of the same things that us guys need it for. Your first formal enkai, which is a party that you'll be taken to welcome you to the school or to the Board of Education. You'll need it for graduation and other ceremonies such as this. Japanese women will always wear, a dark dress suit, skirt, and jacket type of ensemble to these types of occasions. Basically, what you wear to school is going to depend on many factors. Let's talk about that a little bit. Um, I think, the way you dress reflects on, how you want to be treated, for lack of a better way to describe it. I think the first impression that you make is important. So you should dress professionally, for some of you, this will be your first real job after college. Others of you will have worked for years, like I did before coming. Um, you know, I think the level of appropriateness will be dictated by what you see your coworkers around you wearing. Um, it's going to be hot. There's nothing wrong with short sleeve shirts. Obviously, for women, you can't have shirts that like cut off right at the shoulder. That's bad. Um, you got to watch cleavage. If you have it, that's bad. Um, Facial jewelry is another thing we could talk about. If you have a nose piercing or an eyebrow piercing or something, these are things you'd probably want to take out, at least at first. And then, you can test the waters. If it's something you feel strongly about wearing, then, see what it's like. Tattoos are another problem. Um, but I doubt you have uh, tattoos all over your face or forearms or something. So, anyway, be aware that these are tricky situations. You can ask me more about it. Um, but getting back to what's appropriate for school, I've kind of made it a rule. I never wear jeans to school. Some jets do. I never wear a shirt like I'm wearing now. I never wear a t-shirt to school. My shirts always usually have a collar. So sometimes I wear a polo shirt. Usually, though, it's got buttons. It's, some kind of button-up shirt. And I always wear a belt. I usually tuck in. Um, you know, I always wear, so I usually, wear Dockers or slacks or, casual pants. Um, I don't wear shorts. You'll find that the PE teachers and some of the other teachers will dress very casually, especially if you go to elementary school or primary school. The teachers there dress much more casually than you'll find at high schools or junior highs. But that's, if you're teaching 8-year-olds, it's a lot different than if you're teaching 14-year-olds. Um, they'll often see guys and women in tracksuits or sweatsuits or warm-up pants, etc. So take your cue from the people around you that you work with. I've had friends who teach at high school that wear a tie every day. Luckily, I don't have to wear a tie every day. I wear a tie occasionally. If it's an opening ceremony or a closing ceremony, I'll throw a tie on. But I don't like wearing a tie, so luckily I don't have to. But at high school, a lot of the teachers will wear a tie. And like I said, it's been getting warmer here, but the JTE, the Japanese teacher of English I taught with last week, who's a man, I have 2 women and 1 man at this one school I teach at. He was in a full suit, slacks, sport coat, long sleeve shirt, and tie. And when I was in basically a short sleeve button down. So you have to, like I said, take your cues. But it's a business environment. When you first get to Tokyo orientation, you're going to be going to seminars, etc. Um, you know, bring some nice shirts, bring some slacks. You know, when you go out at night in Tokyo, wear whatever the hell you want. But, you know, when you're on the job, look nice. Um, you know, I had a goatee recently. I just shaved it off today, in fact. Facial hair is generally okay, but I always try to not shave and get my beard started kind of over the weekend when I'm not at school or over a holiday. Um, uh, you know, I don't even know what to tell you about hair, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, that's so individualistic. Um, you know, one thing I started wearing when I came here that I never really wore in America is an undershirt. And that's because in the summer months, as I was talking about with the sweat towels, I literally, I know you guys think I'm joking or something, but it's just hot. And it just helps, you know, absorb the sweat and make it so it doesn't leak through to your main shirt, your outside shirt. Um, you know, we'll talk about toiletries and deodorant and stuff in another episode, but yeah, you know, an undershirt. Think about investing in, you know, three or four just really thin cotton white undershirts if you're a guy. You know, if you're a girl too. Um, so, you know, maybe learn what size you are in metric measurements uh, because everything here is metric. So, for instance, I'm size 28 shoes, 28 centimeters. God, I don't even know. So, what size I am in clothing here. The basic thing I'll tell you about how I get my clothing is before I left America, there's a large department store chain there called J.C. Penney. And I went and I applied for a J.C. Penney credit card and I got one. And J.C. Penney is one of the few department stores that will ship to Japan. It's expensive. It's not necessarily cheap, but it gets here fairly quickly, usually in about 3 weeks. And they have a big and tall store as well. And everything's online, so I just go on the internet, and when I need, you know, some clothing, be it almost anything, underwear, belts, shoes, slippers, pants, shirts. I've ordered it all, and I order it through JCPenney, throw it on that charge card, and they ship it. And it's worked out really well for me because I'm a large person. If you're a large person like me, you will not find clothing in Japan that fits you. Um, you know, if you're, you know, I couldn't go out, especially here in rural Shimane, and buy anything almost that would fit me. Um, the only thing I've ever gone out and bought in Japan are sweat towels, like I talked about, sunglasses, and ties. And that's it. I found a big and tall shop in Hiroshima, which is the largest big city to me, which is about 3.5 hours away by car. And I was able to buy some stuff there one time. But everything else I've pretty much gotten through internet. If you're a woman, the one thing I've heard is that bras are a little weird here, so you might want to think about bringing extra bras, or etc. You know, obviously the sizing and everything is an issue. Some of it you can discover when you get here, and it'll be fine. Other things you'll have to kind of plan ahead for. Okay, this is another one that's coming to an end. I think I'm going to do one more clothing one to sum up and talk about anything I might have missed, and hopefully that'll be the end of this topic. I will be going away, though, for a few days, as I mentioned, to the high school English camp, so I probably won't post another one of these until Thursday or Friday of next week. Okay? As always, thank you for watching. Hope you found it helpful. I love all the comments. Thank you so much for everything nice you're saying about the vlogs and all the ratings and getting them to be seen. And more soon. Okay, thanks. Bye.